plain, in the midst of an island kingdom, there lies a track where legends used to roam. Hi, and thanks for joining us for the fourth round of the Missed Apex Formula 3 Challenge as we travel to one of the most iconic of all Formula 1 circuits, Silverstone. From the savagery of Stowe to the courage test of Cops, the drivers will be pushed to their absolute tire-melting limits as the championship rounds grow fewer and the lead grows tighter. To get us underway today, please give a big welcome to your commentators, Chris Stevens and Chris Catman Turner.
Just under 40 seconds or so until the red lights come on for the feature race, round 4 of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup, and it will be Danny Henney, number 93, the red car on pole position. Then Brian Boomsma will take up the vacant slot in second there. It will be the black and gold car, the 023. Then Alex Johnsma in red and black in third, alongside Alex Van Gien, car number 4, starting in 4th place. Gregor Gomes in pink and white in 5th, then the championship leader Stephen Williams in that familiar Aston Martin green, alongside the much brighter green of Kyle Power in 7th place. Colin Ward in the 90s Williams colours in 8th place there, ahead of David Hatton in the Monster Energy car in 9th place, and then Mark Greenhow completes your top 10. Tim Ellis in 11th place in blue and yellow. Alexander Dobertsberger in 12th place in the Ace of Space car. As the red lights come on and we're about to get underway for the feature race of the 4th round of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup. And there is no Brian Boomsma on the grid. He has not started the race, so that is a clear run through turn 1 for Danny Henney, who leads from Alex Van Gien, trying to get up alongside Alexander Drolsma there. Down the inside he goes into the loop. And this will be crucial for Drolsma's race because we know how hard that Van Gien can race. And it's a big and a spin for Drolsma. That is another race where Drolsma has lost it on the opening lap, but it's a clean run now for Alex Van Gien to go into 2nd place. Gregor Gomes in 3rd alongside the championship leader, who's trying to get himself into a podium place down the inside into Brooklyn's corner. On the opening lap, Kyle Power waiting patiently in the wings as well, but for Gomes, he is standing his ground on the way into Luffield for now.
Well, these cars look so dicey on cold tyres, don't they? They're really having to dance around each other. That is such a shame for a couple of the guys up there. We've lost a couple of the really fast drivers in the first lap, but riding on board now with Kyle Power, that is Stephen Williams ahead as they come through Copse Corner.
And Gregor Gomes already using a 1X there on the exit of Copse Corner. We'll be talking about that, I'm sure, as the race progresses. But with Power now filing through Maggots and Beckett's, it's an absolute train of cars flying through this brilliant sequences of corners. And it's 1.2 seconds is Henney's advantage as they exit there and onto the hangar straight. And here's Williams making another move now for 3rd place on Gregor Gomes. He'll have the inside line. Not quite got the legs there on the straight against Gomes, but brakes a little bit harder into the corner and actually has to get pinned up on the curb. That is going to allow Power to challenge him on the way into the Vale chicane. It's Power now with the line into the left-hander. Williams is fighting him though around the outside. They're going to go side by side here around the final couple of corners at the end of lap 1, and it is Williams still just about ahead with David Hatton trying to get in there as well. We can see looking ahead there is Power just with half a car alongside, but he has to yield into Abbey. We'll have another look on the way into the village. There's Tim Ellis trying to go right round the outside there of David Hatton and makes that work. What a brilliant move that he's just put on, and Hatton trying to fight him back on the exit of the corner, but Ellis there makes up a place into 6th.
Yeah, it looked like Hatton was the dangerous one, but Ellis snuck in there around the outside into the arena complex. That was beautiful. Here comes Power looking down the inside. Thinks better of it this time round. All of this squabbling though, Chris, with Gomes and is just getting away ahead. They're just a little bit behind Van Gien now, but they are starting to pull a little bit of a gap ahead of Williams, who's having to fight off Power once again.
Well, this all started because Williams tried to get down the inside of Stowe Corner on Gomes to get onto the podium. He's now got his mirrors full of Kyle Power in 5th place there. Round Copse once again, and as you say, getting a little detached from the podium battle already. Here's Power with a great run out of Copse Corner, but thinks better of making a lunge up the inside of Maggots and Beckett's, and will wait for his run down the straight.
He's definitely showing himself in those mirrors, but it's going to take a lot to put Stephen Williams off. He's a very seasoned campaigner, but here he comes, Chris, in the tow down the hangar straight.
I've got a great slipstream down here. This is where you reach VMAX top speed with a good toe, and down the inside goes Power, and he's able to make that move work. Unlike Stephen Williams a lap ago, and he puts himself into 4th place, and now Williams, the championship leader, has got to be very careful because he's now got his mirrors full of Ellis and Hatton and Dobertsberger and Ward and all the rest of the field coming after him as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a train forming behind these guys. What a wonderful battle these two are having. Kyle might well be able to put the legs on Williams this time round and see if Ellis and Hatton behind them can make any lunges. Not this time round, I don't think.
Well, Ellis with a big lunge down the inside, though, into Village, and Williams, ever the cautious racer there, has to leave him some space, but is able to repel him for now. But look at the exit that Ellis got, and they're practically bumping wings, these 3 cars, as they head down the Wellington straight, and Williams trying to squeeze Ellis up on the inside. Hatton making it 3 wide on the outside. Now they both go by. That is brilliant, brilliant racing. So Ellis is through. Hatton trying to sneak through on the inside, still at left field. Williams desperately trying to hang on to this position because the championship leader is dropping like a stone at the moment.
He is. I don't think he fancied being the meat in that sandwich. He's just got to be careful. As we said, the whole point, the reason why he's up the top is because he's kept it clean all this time. But he's under so much pressure. That's Dobertsberger come flying up as well. He's gone in between them, Chris.
Oh, that is brave stuff. We're going to go 3 wide into Maggots and Beckett's, and it's Dobertsberger with the bravery who comes out on top. And Hatton's still trying to, and he's tagged Williams. The championship leader is round. Down at Maggots and Beckett. It was contact with Hatton. He was just trying to make his way alongside there. Tagged the rear corner of Williams' car, and he is tumbling down the order now. Just catching the end of it on the replay there, but that is not what Williams needed at all.
It is
Here
not.
we go.
I
We
think
got
he
a
was.
good look at it.
Yeah, it just looked like Hatton just stuck his nose in probably where it wasn't wanted there through Beckett. I think Williams was having enough of letting cars past and past and past, particularly Dobertsberger, who just absolutely shoved it in between. That was fantastic to see. But I think he was getting frustrated there and just decided that that was enough and just chopped to front, and that was it. But that's very costly for him, down to P19 now, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got David Hatton, who has been compromising that as well. He's down in 9th place at the moment. He's got 2 old sparring partners right in front of him as well, in the form of Spanners and Colin Ward. Spanners trying to get up the inside there of Ward into the loop, and nicely done indeed. Ward made a bit of a hames of that corner, and Spanners needed no second invitation there, and Hatton will be trying to get his way back through as well. Ward, we know, is also a very robust defender in this pack. Many a reverse grid pole position that he has converted into podium finishes with his elbows out attitude, but couldn't do anything to stop Hatton there into Luffield.
Say that, Chris. He's still got his nose just on the outside. It's going to make it very interesting to Cop's corner. He's going to have to back out from the outside line, surely.
Yeah, you need to be fully alongside if you're going to have a chance at making it around the outside of Cop's corner. Still showing his nose, though, into Maggots and Beckett. Look at this train of cars, though.
Speaking of Maggots and Beckett, Alex Van Gien has just dropped it coming through Beckett from 2nd place.
Oh, that is a disaster for him. He was on for another fantastic result. We see him there. Oh, trying to chop the nose there of David Hatton down the hanger straight. So he's... And we just catch the end of it. Here we go. We can see how it happened now. Is it going to be too much curb here? It was too much curb down at the final apex just before they get into Chapel. And, he's being swarmed at the moment, though, and getting caught up there. Oh, he's made contact now with Mark Greenhow. You think he was avoiding a car that was diving up the inside. I believe that was Taro Tylus trying to get his nose up the inside of the Vale chicane, and in trying to avoid it, he's rather clobbered Greenhow there, who was a bit of an innocent victim in all that, unfortunately. And that looks like it's Van Gien done for this race. What a shame.
That is, and he can't even recover to the top 20 to see if he can make a stab of it in the second race. Oh, dropping it from 2nd place. He was under a lot of pressure, to be fair, but that was just absolutely gutting there for Alex.
Oh, well, up at the front of the field, it's a little bit calmer, it must be said. Greg Gomes now finds himself in second place. I was going to say he was just closing in there on Van Gien. Gomes, we saw in the practice races, was able to take quite good care of his tyres. I mean, all these guys dropping out of contention. You know, there was no Boomsma made the start of the race, and Van Gien not getting through as well. Drums was dropped it as well. I mean, this is just music to Danny Henny's ears, as he's got a 3-second margin now over the second place car, with car power a further 2 seconds back. Here is David Hatton still on the recovery drive in 7th place there, with Spanners Ready having a nosebleed up there in 6th place at the moment, but in the tow down the hangar straight for David Hatton, and Spanners, I don't think will be defending that one into Stowe Corner, and rather breezes the 666 car by into the right-hander. So that is Hatton up into 6th place now. He's got about 3.8 seconds to Dobertsberger in 5th place now, as we're at the halfway mark of this race, lap 6 of 12. That is potentially recoverable, but I think from here that David will take a 6th.
Yeah, beast mode engaged. He wasn't going to stop him coming through there. That's a good result there for David Hatton, who's had a little bit of time in the wilderness, it must be said, recently. But yeah, good, solid move there on Spanners. See if he can keep it ahead of Colin Ward, as you said. There's a little gap there, but yeah, there are only a couple of laps left.
An interesting battle for 9th place at the moment between Colton Myers, who is the current silver class leader, against the reigning silver class champion Lucas Raskovits, promoted to gold for this season. Actually sits 3rd in that championship at the moment. We're on board with Raskovits going through Brooklands. We see Myers getting just a little deep there into the left-hander, and Raskovits piling on the pressure on Colton Myers there ahead of him. Oh, Myers actually feeling the need to go defensive into... Oh, he's waved him on by. Now, did he get a slowdown penalty there, I wonder, out of Luffield? Either way, that is a very easy pass that Raskovits has made there, which means we can actually turn our attention to the battle for 4th place between Tim Ellis and Alexander Dobertsberger. Ellis under pressure here from the man in the Ace of Spade colour car, and well, going on the form that Dobertsberger showed when he made that double pass into Maggots and Beckett's, he's feeling quite racy tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch out for as they come through a yellow flag. There was obviously somebody off the circuit a little bit ahead of them, but yeah, it looks like Tim Ellis ahead has got to be very careful if he gets even a sniff of going down the inside, because you know he's going to take it.
Oh, he's slowed down massively out of or down the straight. He's just lost about a second to Ellis. Now, I would say that is the slowdown, but he's currently on 0 incident points. So, not sure what's happened there to Dobertsberger, unless he's just made a bit of a mistake, a slide out of a corner, or got it a bit wrong. But he was piling the pressure on Ellis, and now Ellis has got a bit of breathing room. It's fairly equidistant now to Carl Power in 3rd place. I was about to say we might have a bit of a battle brewing for the last spot on the podium with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, they've all strung themselves out a little bit. All the hot-headed action seems to have abated for the moment.
It certainly has. So Danny Henny still leading the field, 3.5 seconds clear now. And, well, no sign of this tyre trouble that he's been having. I wonder if he's just been goading us this entire week, and actually he's been absolutely fine all week long, and was just lulling us into a false sense of security.
Sounds like a Mercedes tactic rather than a Ferrari tactic, which is his preferred team. Looking at a bit further back down the pack, we got Trumpets here in car number 55. We've yeah, he looks like he's having a good race down in 26th place. He was having a bit of a battle a moment ago, and yeah, he's doing very well for himself in the silver class in the championship.
Oh, okay. So we have we have an unusual incident here. There is a safety car out because now normally we don't have safety cars in these races, but there seems to have been a bit of an admin error here. This is going to go down. There is the Porsche safety car. Chris, you mentioned there was an incident on track. We've had yellows out since then, and Danny's now letting the Cayman safety car go through. This is most unusual.
Well, we were just saying that the drama had abated. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be quite an exciting restart because these guys are probably not very used to doing safety car restarts. They've
Well,
probably
we've never had one.
Exactly. So this could prove some more carnage coming towards the end of the race. They'll have about, what's it going to be, 3, possibly 2 laps left at the end of it. So it's going to be a bit of a lights to flag dash.
Yeah,
Danny
we're
Henny
on
will be
lap
upset.
8 of 12. Well, yeah, so we're on 8 of 12. Henny's 3.5 second lead has been eradicated here, but it does at least give everyone a chance to cool their tyres off a bit. Just looking at Alexander Dobbelsberger there, is that a glitch or has he got no front wing?
No, he's got damage to the front of the car. There's no front wing on Alex Dobbelsberger's car, so that may have happened as the slowdown for the safety car. Maybe he didn't see it, but he looks like he's rear-ended somebody quite significantly.
Yeah, now the place to look there for the subsequent damage would be the rear of Tim Ellis's car. I don't know how well iRacing does modelling on the rear wing of these cars for damage, but that would be logical sense if he's gone into the back of Ellis's car.
He has. I can see the left rear end plate of Tim Ellis's rear wing. If we can focus on that, that is bent slightly inwards. So they must have come together during the safety car period. You can see there quite significant damage. So both of those guys may be compromised. Again, adding a little bit to the drama with David Hatton behind them.
Then we can see the damage.
Yeah,
there's the damage to Tim Ellis's number 14 car there, just on the right-hand side as we look at it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to provide quite a loss of downforce, that, and a bit of drag too. So he'll be a sitting duck as they come to the restart. I think, is it safety car?
There'll be another lap. Usually the safety car lights come on as they enter the third sector, and the lights are still on that car. So it looks like we'll get another lap here. Plenty of drivers weaving to maintain some tyre temperature here. This is just a bizarre circumstance. We've never had a safety car enabled in our session. And do you know what? As much as this is, an admin error, let's not go and say, well, this is a bit ridiculous and the admins have made a mistake here, because I can't remember how many of these events we've run at this point, but we've had no dramas up until this point. So we see Dobbelsberger coming into the pits to get that front wing fixed. So
we'll call it competition caution, shall we? It was getting a bit strung out, so yeah, there you go. They do that all the time in NASCAR. Why not us?
So another lap under the safety car then, lap 9 of 12 we are on now. So if we go green at the end of this one, we will have 3 green flag laps at the end of this one. And
it looks like we will do, Chris, because the lights are now out on the top of the safety car, so they will be coming in at the end of this one, but it is crawling round if it's going to go at this pace. In fact, having a look just what's happened there, Dobbelsberger seems to have come out in front as the leader because because of the short pit lane here. He must have used his quick repair. He's now coming up as first and pulling away as he's trying to drive around to catch the back of the safety car. He's going to be a whole lap ahead of the rest of the field.
Oh,
he's realised. I think he's just realised what's happening, so he might well try and avoid a penalty by dropping back a little bit with that one.
He's surely got to... he's definitely used the fast repair. He was in the box for less than a second. So he's having done a Lucas de Grassi at the London Prix, but accidentally rather than deliberately. So I think he's going to let the safety car through. I wonder if he'll just sort of drop back to his original position. Can he do that without automatically incurring a penalty?
I would have thought so. I don't think he can go much slower, though. The safety car really needs to hurry up and let him by. I'm assuming it will overtake him as it comes around. Here he goes, yeah, dives down the inside. So where is he going to file back in? Because he would have been... He was just behind Tim Ellis, wasn't he? So, yep, there he goes. Slots in. Just coming out of through Woodcut now.
So,
That's a bit
so
of a
he
cheat,
hasn't
isn't it?
lost out. Well, oh no, it's telling him to overtake everyone.
Oh.
And
Well, this is a disaster
So he's just gone back through. Yeah, maybe on the restart he will let them back through. But, okay. So he's got away with breaking his front wing because of the safety car, but then he really only broke his front wing because of the safety car. So I think karma-wise, it's all kind of evened out.
That is true. Apart from Tim Ellis, of course, who's still got that bent rear wing and hasn't been able to fix that. So we'll see how he fares on the restart.
Well,
that was dramatic.
Know in future, won't he? Oh, this is ridiculous. So, yeah, Dobbelsberger in third there. He's now trying to let Power and Ellis back through. Yeah, I wonder if before he got the message from the crew chief he had to overtake those two cars. Looks okay now, though. I will just say, the admins do such a wonderful job for us. We're not going to pick them apart for this. Because they do so much of the work that needs to be done to put this championship on. And in fairness, this is the first slip-up we've ever had. And it's going to create a thrilling finale to this feature race. It must be said, unprecedented circumstances here at Silverstone for the fourth round of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup. As they go down the hangar straight, safety car lights are off. We're going to go green again. Drivers weaving, trying to get those tyres back up to temperature. We will have 3 green flag laps to take us to the end of this 12-lap feature race. Danny Henney had a 3.5-second lead when the safety car came out, and he now has Gregor Gomes right on his gearbox with Carl Power, Tim Ellis and Alexander Dobbelsberger in hot pursuit as well. The safety car comes in, and Henney will take control of the pack, and he will launch it when he sees fit, and I think he has done so now. Oh, he's playing some games here with Gomes. He's going to leave it right to the last possible moment to floor the throttle as they come out of the final corner. Now he will have to go. Now he does so indeed, and Gregor Gomes will be looking for every opportunity to try and get past Colin Ward to the inside, trying to make a move as well, but it's a flurry of cars piling through Abbey as we go green for the final 3 laps of this race. Will Gomes have a look towards the inside, towards the first braking zone? He does not. Kyle Power trying to find a way through in third place as well there, but it is still Henney who leads. Coming out of the loop complex, Gomes and Power in hot pursuit. Tim Ellis under big pressure from Alexander Dobbelsberger in fourth place, and it's Dobbelsberger who's going to the inside of Brooklands, and Hatton once again creating a 3-wide scenario here. Hasn't worked out. Oh, Ellis has dropped it down at Brooklands. Tyres cold and not up to temperature. He is facing the pack now, and a disaster for him on the restart. Here's a replay of it. Just got into Brooklands way too hot. We'll see it again. Probably trying to avoid Hatton there as well as he stuck his nose in down on the inside, but a few free places gained there for some of the drivers. He's still down there at Brooklands actually, but Dobbelsberger and Hatton still squabbling over that fourth place behind this leading trio. So down the hangar straight once again, lap 10 of 12, and Henney is weaving his way across the track trying to break that toe. Gomes actually not in a position to strike, but Power's looking very racy there in third place against Gregor Gomes. So we'll see if he can mount a challenge for second place in the remaining few laps of this one. 2 laps to go when they come across the line, on board with Power through the final couple of corners as he hunts down Gregor Gomes. These two had a fantastic battle for second place at the Nürburgring, and the battle is resumed here. This time it's Gomes ahead of Power, and Gomes really took a few tenths there out of Henney through the final couple of corners and is right back with the number 93 as they head
Gomes
into Village.
He does seem to be very strong through that first sector, but this is where Danny Henney seems to have the edge. He's gone defensive early on, trying to see if he can break the toe once again, Chris.
Well, of course, Danny Henny will take back the lead in the championship with Stephen Williams all the way down in 11th place after contact earlier in this race. But Henny's still fighting for the victory here, as he needs to do, really. You know, he's had 3 wins so far this season. He wants to make it a 4th, and he's got a lap and a half separating him and a 3rd feature race win of the season. But Gomes is piling on the pressure now, and this is what we saw yesterday in those practice races. It was Gomes who was able to maintain the tyre pressures and temperatures, and Henny was not. And I dare say that Henny cut through those tyres in just a lap of the restart, but he's not getting away from Gomes.
He's not, and Gomes actually had a really tight line there through Maggotts and Beckett's. He's not going to make a challenge this time round, but he is absolutely hassling the back of Danny Henny there. This is going to be immense pressure coming into the last couple of laps.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Gomes is using up his 1Xs now. You know, he's got 12 for the very big slide for Henny, though, through the Vale chicane. I thought for a moment there that was going to be a moment where he dropped it. So 1 lap to go in this feature race. It is Henny versus Gomes for the victory. And yeah, they're definitely using up their 1Xs now because they've been really pushing the track limits. Look how close Gomes is now as they fly through the first couple of corners. He goes to the outside of Village. He's going to try and go all the way around the outside. He's got the line into the loop, and Gregor Gomes takes the lead on the final lap of the feature race. What has Danny Henny got in the pocket to come back at him? He will have the tow all the way down the Wellington Straight. Gregor Gomes has to go defensive. Henny just about found a gap there on the left-hand side. There wasn't much of it, but he's found it. Down the inside he goes, and Henny reclaims the lead. Goes, he's tagged Henny. The 2 leaders come together. Kyle Power, for once again, has found himself in the lead of a race because the 2 leaders have come together. Here it is again. Gomes trying to find the inside of Luffield, but Henny was already there.
Ah, that's such a shame. There was no room there. He was covering it off nicely, but he just managed to get his front wing, just tap that rear, and that's it. Sent him round. Job done.
Kyle Power is the luckiest man in the F3 Championship. Remember Hatton and Harrison in the first ever F3 Cup race? Both spun at the final corner, squabbling over the lead, and Kyle Power took the victory. It's happened half a lap earlier this time, but Power
It's not over.
But look at Dobbelsberger. Dobbelsberger is right in the slipstream down the Hanger Straight. It is not over for the victory with just a couple of corners to go. Dobbelsberger tried to go around the outside. He's going to line himself up for the exit. I don't think he's quite close enough though, Chris. Power will have to be defensive into the chicane. Don't drop it now, Kyle, because you are about to take victory in the feature race at Silverstone. Round 4 of the Missed Apex iRacing F3 Cup feature race goes to Kyle Power in the most bizarre and dramatic race this championship has seen.
Well, that was absolute drama. We said there'd be fireworks, and boy, we had some, particularly that safety car bunched everybody up. It was very, very good for Stephen Williams, who finished in 7th place. So actually, yeah, that saved his title run a little bit there with some decent points on the board.
Have you seen who's on reverse grid pole, though? Danny Henny. He will be out for vengeance in that reverse grid race. So a bit of luck there, but my goodness me. Let's talk to some people, Chris, because we need the inside scoop on this one.
We do, and the one we can definitely get the inside scoop from is our race winner, Kyle Power. How did that look from your position, Kyle?
Oh my lord, that was very, very chaotic. Obviously, first of all, I want to say massive commiserations to both Danny and Greg. We had a bit of a strange safety car in the middle of that race, and it was all a bit chaotic, so feel a bit sorry for Danny out front, but wow, they collided, and just like Spa, the seas sort of parted for me, and I come wobbling through and managed to win the race.
Right place, right time. And you were doing some very good moves and shadowing a lot of people through that race. It's quite a hard one. How did the tyres hold up for you? Because it looked like it was a lot more tricky.
Yeah, it is quite tricky. Yeah, with these conditions and now with this new tyre model, yeah, the tyres do go off throughout the race, and I was just trying to look after my tyres. Once I was in 3rd, I was trying to be gentle, put the brake bias forward and look after the rear tyres. They were going off, so it was brewing up quite nicely to see who had looked after their tyres in the final stages of the race. So maybe look out for that for the next couple of races. But while I'm on, I just want to, I know they're watching, I just want to dedicate this win to my mother, who's having a bit of a tough time at the moment, but she's an absolute trooper. So stay strong and keep fighting, and I love you very much.
That is fantastic, Kyle. And yeah, everybody at Missed Apex wishes you well. So, Kyle, don't feel too sorry for Danny, because he is going to be on the reverse grid pole.
Oh, really? He got 20th. Oh, well, that's something at least. Yeah, I feel really sorry for him. He was desperate for some points, and yeah, got it taken away from him. But it was a bit like Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? Really? So yeah, I benefited, so I can't be too displeased with it, can I?
Absolutely. So, look forward to seeing you fighting your way through in race 2. Enjoy the race. Kyle.
Cheers. Thank you.
My goodness, let's take a look at the results of that one then. So it is, it was Kyle Power taking the victory. Not sure what's happened on the timing screen there to put Alexander Dobbelsberger in first, but it was Power that took the win ahead of Alexander Dobbelsberger and then David Hatton. Richard Spanner's ready there, taking fourth place, I believe, and then Lucas Raskowitz, Colin Ward, Stephen Williams, Alex McBride, Colton Myers, and Daniel Cook, the top 10 on that one. Gregor Gomes coming home in 11th place in the end after contact with Danny Henney on the last lap. But Henney there with 20th, as we mentioned, so he'll be on reverse grid pole for the next one. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere because the reverse grid race 2 is coming up next.